Hello, welcome to this Medicaid policy training for the Random Moment Time Study, or RMTS, for personal care aides, paraprofessionals, and independence paraprofessionals. What is Random Moment Time Study and why do you have to do it? Because the Medicaid School Services Program is state and federally funded, the state needed a way to measure the amount of time school staff spend on activities that are Medicaid eligible. The RMTS is the tool that Michigan uses to determine this. Michigan contracts with a company called Public Consulting Group, or PCG, who emails surveys to you. Since you've been identified as a staff member who provides care services to students, you will be responsible for completing surveys as they are emailed to you. Now let's take a look at your email and what it's going to look like. You'll receive an email from miaop@pcgus.com. When you open your email, this is what it's going to look like. As you can see, the link to the survey is in blue near the middle of your email. You will click the link after your moment has passed. The link to your survey is not active until after the exact minute has passed. First, you will answer if you were working or not during your assigned moment. If you answer no, maybe it was because there was a snow day, maybe you needed to take a sick or a personal day, you would select from one of the no options listed here. Then you would click next. You will then need to click that you agree that this is what you were doing during the time of your moment, and then click submit moment, and you're all done. You will get to see this screen coming up in the next couple of slides. But for the purpose of our training today, I want to show you what the survey will look like when you select yes, I was working. So you select yes, I was working, click next. Now you can see the entire 4-question survey. First, you will tell PCG if the service you provided part of the child's medical plan of care for which a medical necessity has been determined. Since the care that you provide is prescribed on an IEP or IFSP, you are more than likely going to select yes, IEP, IFSP. If you were with another student who does not have an IEP or IFSP, or maybe you were with a colleague, you would answer no. Then PCG is going to need you to tell them who was with you. Please only include titles in this response, as the PCG coder will be reviewing your answers and won't know the names of staff members or students that you are working with at the time of your moment. If you were with a student, for example, simply type my student or a student. Maybe you were with the classroom teacher, you were with the social worker, the speech path, the OT, the PT, or maybe you were alone and you can type I was alone or by myself. And then questions 3 and 4 go hand in hand. What were you doing and why were you doing that? Let's see the example for the completed survey on the next slide. In this example, the participant selected yes. It was part of an IEP, IFSP. Who was with them? A student was with them. What were they doing? They were physically assisting the student to the bus. Why were they doing this activity? Because it's required by their IEP. You would then click next. Now you will get an overview of your responses. You can edit your responses if needed by just clicking the edit button, or if you're good to go, click in the pink box that you have accurately completed your Random Moment Time Study survey, then click Submit Moment in the blue box. You will then get this green banner on your screen, which lets you know your moment has been successfully submitted and you're all done. Now, let's just do a couple of side-by-side comparisons from Somewhereville and Nowhere Township. We have 2 personal care aides who have indicated they were working during the time of their survey, Mr. Potter and Ms. Lestrange. Is the service you provided part of the child's medical plan of care for which a medical necessity has been determined? Mr. Potter indicated yes, while we see that Ms. Lestrange does not know. So we'll look at their next answers. Who was with you? For Mr. Potter, he indicated a student, and Ms. Lestrange puts initials of who she was with. Not the best answer. Remember, the PCG coder will not know who JR and MP are. And what were they doing? Mr. Potter was helping a student to the bathroom. And why? The student required a visit to the bathroom, and it's on the student's treatment plan. And we see that Ms. Lestrange replies that she is working on her parapro duties, and why? It's what she was hired to do. Okay, this is an honest answer, but she is more than likely going to receive a follow-up email from PCG asking for more details so that the PCG coder can determine the specifics of her moment and see if that was her duties at that moment were possibly Medicaid eligible or not. And our next example, we'll just do one more side-by-side comparison here. Here we have Ms. Weasley and Ms. Slytherin. Both indicated that yes, they were working during the time of their moment. Ms. Weasley indicates that yes, the service they provided was part of a child's medical plan of care. And also Ms. Slytherin also indicated yes. We see that Ms. Slytherin and Ms. Weasley were with a student. And what were they doing? They were both, we see Ms. Weasley was redirecting students' behavior, and Ms. Slytherin just worded it a little bit differently, making sure that they stayed on task during a math assignment. And then why were they performing this activity? Again, both are redirecting behavior and describe trying to help the student focus, but taking a look at Ms. Slytherin, it's likely she will receive a follow-up question from the coder at PCG as they are trying to determine if this is on the student's personal care plan, which is part of their IEP or IFSP, or maybe Ms. Slytherin was helping with a different student who was being disruptive and not focused. Okay, some RMTS tips. We ask that you complete the survey as soon as possible. Remember, you have 48 hours or 2 scheduled school days to complete the required survey. So if you get your survey near the end of the day on the Friday, it's actually going to be due the following Tuesday when you come back in to school. Next, just be honest. There are no wrong answers or no bad answers. No one at your school or at RISA will be reviewing your answers. The only people who see your responses are the coders at PCG. Be descriptive and clear. The more information or more of a picture that you can paint when you are answering the questions, the less likely you are to receive a follow-up email from the PCG coder. And then don't forget to hit submit when you've completed your RMTS survey. The moment is not complete until you check in that pink box that you agree that those are the answers to your survey, and then submit your moment. Otherwise, you're going to keep getting incomplete RMTS emails from PCG, and also every morning we run a report in the Medicaid department that we send out to special education directors when we have moments that are not submitted or are incomplete. So you may also be getting contact from the special education office as well. And if you have any questions or you need additional Medicaid training, please contact a member of the Medicaid department. Our contact information is provided here for you. Thank you.